Halo Combat Evolved, released back in 2001, November 15th on the original Xbox, made by Bungie and published by Microsoft. This game is phenomenal. It's an absolute classic, and it had such a big impact on how first person shooters would be made going forward. Even back in 2001, this game was very, very innovative, and the things it came up with and the storytelling are just absolutely incredible. Does this game still hold up? Let's get into it. This game's story takes place right after the fall of Reach. Planet Reach fell to the Covenant and humanity lost. This game takes place on the Pillar of Autumn, and it had just made a blind jump through slip space to narrowly escape. The ship exits slip space near a ring-like world, Installation 04. Later we find out it's Halo. Little do they know, the Covenant is already on Halo, and they're ready to ambush the ship, the Pillar of Autumn. The ship that this game starts off on, the Pillar of Autumn, Captain Keyes, he's the commander of it. He activates Cole Protocol and entrusts the ship AI, Cortana, to Master Chief. Master Chief is awakened from cryosleep, and he's a super soldier, 7'2", super powerful, awesome character. He's awakened and thrusted right into battle. He's ordered to escape with Cortana on a lifeboat, while Captain Keyes crashes the Pillar of Autumn into the ring-like world Halo.
Sure you wouldn't rather take a seat?
We'll be fine.
If I still had fingers, they'd be crossed.
Master Chief crash lands in his escape pod or lifeboat
Hear me?
on planet Halo,
At last.
as well as
You all
Captain
right?
Keyes.
Can you move?
This is where the game really kicks off, and
Warning.
it's your true first taste of exploring the world of Halo.
Recommend moving into those hills.
This game has a total of 10 missions. It may not seem like a lot, but there's a lot of objectives to complete in each mission. Some missions will range from 30 minutes to an hour, and it's good pacing. Nothing overstays its welcome. I will say the library mission later in the game, it can kind of feel tedious and repetitive, but besides that mission, all the levels are a good pace. In this game, you play as Master Chief. He's a super soldier, very powerful. And you have Cortana, which is an AI, and it's in his helmet. She'll talk to you and give you helpful advice on where to go and give you updates throughout each mission.
Alert. A Covenant is making a run for that stationary gun. Take him out.
The jumps on here are very floaty and kind of like you're jumping on the moon. It's a staple of Halo games, and I love it. Master Chief can melee with the butt of his gun. In later titles, you'll get the energy sword and you'll be able to melee with that, but you can't use that on here in the story. On this game, you have a shield energy right above your actual health bar. So if you take enough gunfire from the Covenant, your shield energy will go all the way down, and then that's when you'll start accumulating real damage on your actual health bar. You can go take cover and hide behind an object and wait for your shield energy to replenish. So I like that. That's awesome. It's a staple of Halo. There are health packs scattered throughout the story that will refill your actual health bar all the way. So always pay attention to your shield energy and don't just go in guns blazing throughout each level. There's lots of different weapons to use on this game. You have the classic Magnum pistol, the assault rifle. You even get access to a rocket launcher and a sniper. You also have frag grenades and plasma grenades. Frags are just like a typical grenade, and plasma grenades act like a sticky grenade, like a Semtex, if you will. There's also the Covenant weapons. You got classics like the Needler and the plasma pistol. The needler is cool because when you shoot an enemy with enough of the ammo, they'll just explode. And the plasma pistol, you'll need that to take down some of the enemy shields in the game. And you can charge it with a charge shot and stun enemies. Lots of great variety of weapons, and the weapons on here are super fun to use. Throughout the levels, you'll also come across power-ups. You'll get like an overshield, which gives your energy shield protection. Essentially like an extra health bar on your energy shield though. You can pick up active camouflage, which turns you invisible. You can sneak past enemies. Once you start shooting them, they'll kind of figure out where you're at, but these are also cool additions to the story mode. This game has a variety of enemies. You have the grunts, the elites, hunters, jackals, and later on, the flood. The grunts on here are funny, and they always have like a high-pitched voice and always running around and screaming. Easy enemies to take down. Very funny though. You have the Covenant. They're more stronger and take a lot more damage to kill. They're more of a threat. And then you have the jackals with the energy shields. You can melee them and even shoot them with your gun and you'll eventually take them down. But if you have like a plasma pistol and charge it and shoot it at their shields, you'll take them down way quicker. You have hunters, which are these big tanky enemies, and they shoot these giant green blasts at you. They're dangerous, and they'll even charge you and try to kill you. If you play on a harder difficulty, like Legendary, they'll do some serious damage to you. Especially if they charge at you, it's probably like a guaranteed kill. And then you have the Flood, which are these parasitic enemies, and most enemies in the game you can take down with melee attacks if you just keep on spamming it, or even shoot and melee at the same time, like shoot and then melee. The Flood on here, I feel like if you melee them, it doesn't do anything, you know, and that would kind of make sense because they're like a zombie parasitic creature. You really want to get the shotgun for them and just blast them because it's a guaranteed one-hit kill most of the time. The enemies on here are great and their designs are so iconic and awesome to fight. I will say like the jackals with the shields can kind of get annoying, but it's really not an issue. Speaking of the voice acting on this game, as I mentioned, the grunts are very funny. I would even say the elites are funny, like the way they scream and everything. If you even stick them with a plasma grenade, the way they yell and everything is hilarious. Master Chief, he has a very deep voice, you know, he's obviously voiced by Steve Downes. Amazing job. Such an iconic voice. Cortana on this game, she was actually voiced by the person who did Princess Peach's voice in the early GameCube era, Jennifer Taylor. The voice acting in general from all characters, they all do a fantastic job. The music in this game is phenomenal. Absolutely incredible. I know I keep using the word iconic, but it literally is just so iconic. The main title theme, I'm pretty sure everybody has it ingrained in their brains at this point. Marty O'Donnell and all the other composers, they did a fantastic job on this game. It's just outstanding. It's just a legendary soundtrack. Just absolutely epic. And even at some kind of creepy parts, it even sounds like perfect for that. And I'll get into that next. Here's a quick little summary of each mission. The first mission, you're on the Pillar of Autumn, you escape and crash land on Halo. On the second mission, Master Chief is seeking out survivors that crash landed from the Pillar of Autumn, also while fighting off the Covenant. Mission 3, Master Chief boards a Covenant ship to rescue Captain Keyes, who was captured. Mission 4, Master Chief is looking for the Silent Cartographer, a map room that supposedly holds the key to Halo Ring's control room. Mission 5, Master Chief defends the control room from the Covenant. Mission 6, 343 Guilty Spark. Master Chief explores a swamp and encounters the Flood and meets Guilty Spark. This is probably my favorite mission in the game, honestly. You go to this facility and you're searching for your squad that went missing. And there's a bunch of parasitic creatures called the Flood. The Covenant released them on accident, and they're a persistent threat in the game. They put a lot of pressure on the player. They just keep coming at you, and they really don't stop. And you have smaller ones that are kind of hard to shoot sometimes, and you have like the bigger ones that will try to melee you, and they deal a lot of damage. They can just nuke your energy shield very fast. It's a very creepy atmosphere, and even the music, which I was talking about before, the creepy music that plays through here is it's just awesome. And I just love the atmosphere of this whole game. The music pieces fit each section of the game just perfectly. I just love this mission, and it's such like a plot twist. Who would have known there's like zombie, parasitic aliens as well? They not only take control of the Covenant's bodies, but also the Marines' bodies as well. You'll see them holding Covenant weapons and the human Marine weapons as well. So they can even reanimate dead corpses, the little tiny ones. They'll go up to like a dead body and they'll just like bring them back to life. So even when you kill them, they're not really dead, as long as those things are around. Mission 7, the library. Master Chief is navigating a Forerunner facility to retrieve the index. This mission, Guilty Spark, he turns his back on Master Chief because basically the only way to kill the Flood, the parasitic creatures, is to starve them. Essentially, 343 Guilty Spark wants to annihilate every living creature in the universe, and that would include Master Chief and all the humans. We won't let that happen though, so we fight back against him. This mission, before all that happens, people will say it's just like a long, tedious mission, because you're just fighting wave after wave of the Flood. But even if it is kind of repetitive, it's cool, because it gives the player like a sense of dread, just like how formidable like the Flood are. Like they're just so persistent, they just keep on coming, and they're hard forced to stop, and it just puts a lot of mental stress on the player. I like that. That's just awesome, even if it is like a tedious long level. That covers missions 7 and 8. As for mission 9, we reboard the ship Truth and Reconciliation. We were here on the 3rd mission to rescue Captain Keyes initially, and when the Flood ambushed them on mission 6, they brought him here. So we're here to rescue him, but it's too late, and he's been transformed into like a Flood parasitic monster. Master Chief punches his face to retrieve his neural implants that we need. We needed those neural implants to destroy Halo. And on the 10th mission, Master Chief detonates the Pillar of Autumn's reactor. And this is a pretty cool level because you have 343 Guilty Spark. He's like interfering with you. And his drones are trying to laser beam you and attack you as you throw grenades or use a rocket launcher to destroy the reactors. Master Chief gets on a Warthog and the whole place is falling apart, and you eventually escape. And the Pillar of Autumn just blows up.
Here we go.
And that's the end of the game, and the credits roll. Master Chief and Cortana escape. Yes, Captain Keyes died, and a lot of Marines died. Sergeant Johnson, he was also ambushed on that 6th mission, but he survived, and you'll see him in Halo 2 and Halo 3. Overall, this whole game is so much fun, and I love it.
I think we're just
A lot of people will be like, oh, the library mission, that's understandable. That is kind of repetitive, but if it's intentional because they want like the player just to feel the overwhelming odds of the flood persisting, like just keep coming at you, then that's awesome if that's what it was truly intended for. But yeah, I understand that. Some people might be like, oh, they've reused a lot of like metal structures throughout the campaign, but honestly, that doesn't really bother me. I love the levels on here. They're lots of fun. And it's not like a super long game. It's a good pace, good length and everything.
Okay, let's take care of the next
Throughout the campaign, besides all the weapons, there's also lots of vehicles to use. You have the Ghost, which is a cool little ground vehicle that levitates and you can zoom around. You have the Warthog, obviously. You can get like your Marine teammates in there and they can even use the turret. There's also the Banshee. You get to fly around and you'll need that to get to certain sections of levels throughout the story. So many different vehicles and they all have different weapons attached to them. Like the Banshee can shoot those green laser beams that the hunters shoot.
without authorization.
So much stuff is going on in this game. It's just amazing.
For detonation.
This game does have a multiplayer. You could do LAN parties back in the day and split screen, 4-player, multiplayer against each other. Xbox Live has been down for a long time at this point, obviously, for the original Xbox. If you have the Master Chief Collection, you can play Halo 1 multiplayer still, and I will say, it's a lot of fun, and Blood Gulch, such a great map. But I will say a lot of people just use the Magnum pistol on there because it's like so overpowered. It's a great gun, but that's all people use in multiplayer on there, just to be aware. But I love Halo 1's multiplayer, it's a lot of fun, and awesome. Besides the library being a long, repetitive-ish level, I suppose, which doesn't really bother me, but I guess it could bother people. Besides that, and sometimes the constant grunts spamming like plasma grenades and they get stuck to you and that can be like, oh no. That's not really even a problem. This game is like a 10 out of 10 for me. I love it. For me personally, it's just a masterpiece. I love the soundtrack. I love the characters. The levels are super fun. Some parts may seem like not as fun to some people, but to me, I love them. This game's a 10 out of 10 in my opinion, and I love it. Go out there and play it. If you don't have original Xbox, just go play the Master Chief Collection. It's very, very cheap these days. Go play it, go have fun, and I'll see you next time.